Review that review.
All right, Chelsey, what have you got for us this week?
Okay, well, I have a review from Amazon, and the review is written by Troy W. And it is a 1-star review of the Seoul Coastal The Beach Behemoth Giant Inflatable Ball. It's a 12-foot pole-to-pole, huge jumbo toy for water games and family fun.
Oh, no.
Yes. Oh, no is right. So this is Troy W. Subject: some serious things to consider before buying this ball. First of all, if you have your heart set on this and want this gigantic ball, there's technically nothing wrong with this product. But please take a minute to consider some things that I did not consider before imposing this monstrosity onto our son's graduation party. ... 1, it's huge. I mean, it's really big, which means you cannot see who or what is on the other side of it. We had a party full of teenage boys, no small kids, and this was a problem with people getting bowled over. I can only imagine if there were small kids around. 2, once it was completely blown up, about an hour and a half with a small air compressor, it bounced everywhere, across people, picnic tables, horse fence, the neighbor's yard, and into a 4-lane highway. My party-goer teens were trying to keep it from causing a pileup in front of our house. We had to push the darn thing down into the woods to keep it from blowing, it was windy, back into the road. 3, we decided that letting some air out of it might keep it from bouncing so much.
No.
And by this time, it had a few holes in it from being pushed into the woods. The boys played with it okay for a while until it had lost enough air for one boy to think he could jump on it like a trampoline.
No.
That's when he bounced over the top of it and came down to the ground, breaking his collarbone. 4, the kids took it back to the campfire after that and ceremoniously deflated the rest. After that, and then that was the end of my $100 hope for a cool party toy. And that was the end of my $100 hope for a cool party toy. Never again. Sad face.
Oh my God. The bar has just been raised so fiercely. How did you find that?
I was looking for toys for my nephew's birthday. And he was having like a lawn party. They were doing a movie before. And I was like, oh, it might be cute if we had some lawn toys. So I was looking up like fun lawn toys and I came across this huge ball. And I thought like, oh, maybe this is a good idea. This could be like fun. Like all the kids could play with this ball together. Like I was getting, I don't know, like elementary school gym vibes from it. I thought it could be good. And then I read the reviews and I saw this and I thought, of course, like, what a review queen, but also, oh my God.
So we already know that the impact for you was a deal breaker, right? Because you did not buy it.
I, of course, did not buy the item. Of course I didn't. I mean, how could you buy an item after that? Troy W.
Troy W has Okay. Well, okay. I do have a couple of things to contest because I'm
Yes.
just curious. So, do you think that it's hyperbole, or do you think that someone actually broke their collarbone?
I think somebody actually broke their collarbone.
So then why did something continue with the ball after it? If someone broke their collarbone,
Well,
why did they continue with it to punch holes in it or whatever?
what was very interesting about this review, and I kind of did flub up there on number 4 a little bit. I think it was like everything was written so spectacularly. Wow, that's a hard word to say. Everything was written beautifully. And then we got to 4, and I lost the narrative a little bit. It says the kids took it back to the campfire after that and ceremoniously deflated the rest of it, and that was the end of my $100 hope for a cool party tool. Now, like what I wanted was that they were going to throw it in the fire.
Right.
Um,
but now I'm hearing that that was like, okay, someone
that was the final. It was like
the end. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like the getting it to the campfire was kind of like, guys, this ball has caused enough damage. Let's make sure nobody else breaks a collarbone at this point. No more monkeying around. It's time to deflate the beast.
When you started this, I wrote down the word monstrosity because I was
Yes.
like, what a word. And now, given the review, I echo monstrosity. I mean, that is a monster.
Yeah.
I also love the visual of being bowled over. Like, that is so hilarious. And like, these are
I
teenage
know.
boys. Like, wow. And then also just the fact of blowing something up for an hour and a half. They said it was a small electric motor. That is like insane. That is so long. That's like 6 episodes of Sex in the City. That's crazy.
That's so true. And also, like, it does, I don't know why, when I was looking at it, I didn't really, this is when I really fully like fathomed how big this was. It does say in the title of the item 12-foot pole to pole, which I just sort of glazed over, I guess, when I was looking at
What
it
does
originally.
that mean?
I think that means longitude, latitude would be my guess. Like we're talking
Pole, South Pole.
Yeah, North Pole. Yeah, like we're talking like it's 12 up and 12 across.
That's an interesting description of that. Why wouldn't you just say?
I don't know, but like
also circumference
or circumference, but that is like huge, and
it's giant.
And it says huge jumbo toy. But what I guess like what I liked the most about Troy was obviously his sense of humor. I mean, it really like it took me a lot not to laugh. Like it was really funny. And then also he didn't give up on the ball, like, or his what's the word? His enthusiasm when he bought the ball. Like he really had high hopes for it. He was like, this is gonna be a really cool thing for the party. And like it's like he's empathizing with the person that's going to be purchasing this. That's how I felt when I was reading it. Like, yes, okay, you're not crazy that you want to do this thing. I get it. Like I also wanted to do this thing because I thought it could be fun. But like now that I've lived it, now that like I'm post acquisition of the ball, like I have some wisdom to share. And boy,
yeah, I really appreciated that approach, and that approach follows all the way through. It feels like Troy W is a friend saying like, look, let me tell you, like, this is like the side story over here. Even when you say it was windy, was that in parentheses?
Yes.
Okay, because that was a beautiful reading.
Yes, it was in parentheses. That's what I'm saying. Like he gave us so much detail, like, detail on detail on detail.
Now, when you were screaming about the collarbone and going into the street and all that, is it in caps?
All caps with like many exclamation points.
Exclamation points.
Yeah. So like, especially the into a 4-lane highway was like really like all caps, like maybe like 20 exclamation points. Like, do not miss this detail. I'm not joking. Like this caused like a pile up.
You know what was a detail that I thought was just like thrown in and then like never addressed again? Horse fence.
Yeah. Well, to me, I don't know what you thought. I was like, oh, this is a farm. This is a very large property. That's why Troy.
12 by 12 pole. I mean, that's ginormous. That's like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I also want to point out this isn't something that we usually say, but I'm just noticing it from my screenshot that 815 people found this review helpful.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I do think it's valuable, and like it is sort of making me even think like this is probably gonna like be dangerous if it's purchased.
Yeah, extremely. Like it's just this is a deal breaker.
It just sort of occurs to me like it's just so chock full of details that it does make me wonder if this is like a fake comedy review. Did someone really break their collarbone? Like, how would you even jump on it as a kid if it's 12 feet tall?
Well, it was partially deflated. So it was like, I imagine it was now because they said he jumped on it like a trampoline. So if it's partially deflated, oh, this could for sure happen. I mean, even just jumping on a regular trampoline, you could break your collarbone, but like kids will be kids.
I mean, it is a kid's toy. So I would imagine that this, like all the things that these teenagers came up with are all the things that most kids are going to come up with when you're playing with a 12-foot ball.
I just feel like the specificity of this and the story, like, yes, it's extreme. Yes, it's crazy. There's so many, the highway and like the collarbone, the horse fence. There's just so many specifics about this that are outrageous, but specific enough that it feels authentically true.
I kind of want one.
Okay, good luck. I'm definitely not getting one.
But I don't even know what you would do with a ball that large.
I thought it would be fun for like a kid's birthday party. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I think I was literally guffawing at that. I mean, my throat kind of hurts because it really got me. I mean, I don't think I've ever been more entertained by a review.
Me too. I was so entertained when I was reading it. I just couldn't. I like barely got through reading it. It was so funny.
I think I'm ready to crown this. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I've never been more ready in my life.
All right, so here we go. Let's crown it.
The queens are tabulating.
All right. I think I'm a little nervous, but all right.
Okay, I'm excited. All right.
Total score.
Yeah, I knew it.
Okay, if ever I had a golden ticket, like if I was on a reality show and I had a golden ticket, like I would be given the golden ticket. I would be pushing that button. There would be confetti coming down for Troy W. Troy W., you're a review queen.
I mean, this is so epic.
Epic.
I mean, we all know that I hate The Voice, but I would turn my chair around too.
Yeah, I mean, all three chairs are getting turned around. We are fighting over Troy W. W, if you're listening to this,
please leave us a voicemail.
Please leave. I mean, if anybody knows Troy W. or the kid that broke their collarbone, let us know, because
I want to hear from the kid that broke his collarbone. I want a play-by-play.
I want to know. I want to meet him. I want to send him a crown, because what a review queen.
I do have to say, there is a part of me, I really want to know if this is real, but I'm counterbalanced by that because it was so entertaining. And also like I kind of want to get the ball, even though like I have no need for it. Like it probably wouldn't even fit in our backyard, but like, it's like, this is like exactly the reason this podcast exists. Like
I agree.
Troy W's wordsmithness and the bullet point with the numbering. I mean, come on, are
number. And I didn't even mention, but it was like, those like pretty numbers where it's like 1 and then it has like the
parenthesis.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful document.
Chelsey, I guess I quit. You just upped the game so hardcore. I'm so proud of you.
I just want everybody to know it's not always going to be Troy W. Okay. Every once in a while you come across a Troy W. and I got to bring it to you. It's my job as a review queen.
Oh, and also we've never really said this, but if you listener ever find a review that you want us to review, we do have a submit that review button on our website, which is reviewthatreview.com. Submit it there and tell us so that we can read it on air. We'll give you a shout out.
Yeah. Or if like going to websites and pushing buttons like makes you anxious, you can also take a screenshot or a link us to the review and just send that puppy to hello@reviewthatreview.com.
Maybe